Well, everybody, it seems today I'm reviewing Wednesday on Wednesday because it's time to get in with the Addams family. Yeah, I just had to include that little bit. I hope YouTube does not copyright strike me for that. It was just a small clip of their song. I gotta do the snaps. Da-da-da-da. God, that's so iconic. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, today we are reviewing Wednesday, the new Addams Family adaptation for Netflix. All about the daughter of the Addams Family, Wednesday. For those of you who don't have anything to, know anything about this, the Addams Family was originally a cartoon series from 1938 and have long since been adapted into other materials such as television, movies, and even a musical, apparently. Their most famous adaptation was likely the television series from 1964 on ABC. It cemented them as a pop culture icon. They also had an unrelated animated series in 1973, and then a revival for a feature film, which is what I saw as a kid from the 90s. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with the Addams Family. I know a decent amount about them just because they're a pop culture icon of sorts. They're sort of like the weird goth comedy family of the United States, pop culture. So I know them as a staple in that regard, but not really them much as a property. I haven't personally seen the original TV series, what they're most well known for. I haven't really seen much of the comic strip aside from a few pages. And I only briefly saw the original 1991 movie just as a kid in general. One of those movies that kind of blends into the background, like how I saw The Mask as a kid too. However, I was actually interested in the Wednesday show because it looked like something interesting, It looked like an interesting show with a good core premise. So let's go ahead and get into that. So, the premise of the show is that Wednesday Addams is expelled from her high school after dumping live piranhas into the school's pool as a result of the water polo team having bullied her brother, Pugsley. This leads her parents, Gomez and Morticia Addams, to enroll her in Nevermore Academy in Jericho, Vermont. It's a school for monsters, outcasts, and weirdos. So we got a whole dark academia vibe going on. Wednesday's cold, emotionless persona and her defiant nature make it difficult for her to connect with her other schoolmates, and this causes problems. Meanwhile, she discovers psychic abilities and gets entangled in a growing murder mystery that has enveloped both the school and Jericho, possibly leading back to Nevermore High School itself, as it's believed one of the students is responsible for the killings. So that's basically the plot. We got a nice murder mystery wrapped up in the Addams family's natural shenanigans, combined with a dark academia plotline, similar to the kind of things you would see in various riffs on Harry Potter, or things like Naomi Novik's Scholomance series. I've always been a big fan of dark academia stories in general. Basically, when you have a bit of dark fantasy mixed in with academia, I've just always liked that. I've always found it an interesting twist on the Harry Potter formula, and I just think that Wednesday is a very good fit for that thing. In particular, she reminds me a lot of an early Elle from Scholomance, because that's one of my major points of references. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the characters. First up, we got Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams. She does a great job. She manages to keep Wednesday's stereotypical deadpan. Then we got Gwendolyn Christie as Larissa Weems. She's the principal. She's like a shapeshifter, former roommates with Wednesday's mom. She acts as sort of like a roadblock because she's trying to cover up the murders and just trying to make it all go away because she cares more about the school's reputation, just wants the problem to fade into the background. We've also got Ricky Lindholm as Dr. Valerie Kinbolt. She is Wednesday's therapist after, she basically nearly murdered the water polo team, so she has to go to therapy. We've also got the sheriff, the barista at the local coffee shop. There's other students at the school, such as Xavier. He has the power to make art come to life. Then we have what is one of our main secondary characters. So Emma Myers plays Enid Sinclair as Wednesday's colorful werewolf roommate who attempts to become her friend despite Wednesday's lack of interest and, quite frankly, very, very angry disposition or emotionless disposition. With all that out of the way, those are our big characters. We also have the recurring things from Morticia, which is really nice. So we have Katharina Zeta-Jones as Morticia Addams. She does a great job of portraying Morticia. Isaac Ordonez also plays Pugsley, the younger brother, and Luis Guzman plays Gomez Addams, Wednesday's father. They come in for a few episodes to visit and to get wrapped up in the murder mystery stuff occasionally. We also have Fred Armisen as Uncle Fester. He's Wednesday's crazy uncle and Gomez's brother. He was a joy to see, a lot of fun. very kooky, wacky uncle kind of thing going on, so that was nice. Should move on to the direction, writing, and effects. So, first off, this was a stunning director choice. So for this project, they chose Tim Burton as the director, and fantastic job. Great camera angle shots, wonderful lighting and directing. He did a fantastic job with this. Quite frankly, they could not have picked anyone better. The writing is definitely up to a higher quality than I'm used to seeing on shows like this. A lot of the feel of this show made me feel a lot like The Legacies, but better written. The Legacies, for those of you is another piece of dark academia. It was a show on the CW, so its writing, while not like atrocious, also wasn't amazing or anything like that. And I feel like this is a lot more like that show, but not as bad. I know it's kind of shady to say, but hey. He's also been associated with the 1991 film, which he passed on originally. So it was kind of nice to see him do his own take on the characters after passing on that older film. In addition, the effects. So what it boils down to is we have a CGI monster in a Netflix show. Are the effects good or bad? They're good. I'm not going to hide that. They're pretty good. The effects are generally pretty well. They use the monster sparingly, and they tend to use it mostly off-screen or flashes of it going by or in the dark to conceal it, which helps them hide any shortcomings that might be the effect. But what you can see is very well rendered, very well integrated into the scene, and quite frankly, just very well done. So, with that out of the way, let's move on to the conclusion. Wednesday is an excellent series from Netflix, a true showing of what they can do, and a very good, contained series. They mostly managed to keep all the plot points covered, and they lead the series, or this season, I guess you could say, because there happened a single hit near the end towards the overall plotline they might have later on. But currently, this works as its own self-contained story, which I'm very impressed by. A lot of shows can't help but imply that so much stuff that will be covered in later seasons and they never get a season. If this got canceled now, which I don't want it to get canceled, but if it did, I would feel comfortable knowing I got a complete story out of it for the most part. So that does feel good. So with all that said and done, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's a great show. I really think people should check this out. Give it a lot of love. Make people understand that this is definitely a show Netflix should be renewing. So yeah. Moving on to announcements, I will be releasing that review of 1899 sometime in the future. I still need to do the last few episodes of it. Don't worry, I will be getting that out soon. In addition, I am trying to finish up my impressions of Pokemon Violet and get all that footage together so I can do a review of that. I'm also still playing through God of War Ragnarok on my stream. Currently, the time is moved to 8 o'clock, so if you can check that out on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. on both Twitch and YouTube. Finally, in addition to that, I am also working on playing through the Callisto Protocol, not on my stream, but just, as a casual thing I'm doing in my own time. I'm hoping to also have a review for that out sometime this month. So, yeah. With all that said and done, I don't think there's really anything else left to say. See you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. On your screen, you should be seeing a link to my channel. You go there and subscribe, that'd be great. In addition, you'll be seeing 2 other links. One's to my Season 2 playlist, that's all the videos from 2022. In addition, below that, you should be seeing a link to a video that YouTube apparently recommends you click on. So, why not click on it? See one of my other videos. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe it'll have something else you'll enjoy. Maybe YouTube doesn't know shit. We'll find out together.